How you guys doing? It's me, your boy, Mr. Smooth, again bringing you another one of my daily podcasts, my daily talks, just to talk some stuff about officiating, things going on. I hope you guys are having a good season with playoffs going on and everything. There's been a lot of close competitive games. Emotions get a little high, but I hear the referees are out there doing a good job. But for those that don't know, my name is Mr. Smooth. And in this podcast, we're going to be talking about aging officials and who's going to replace them. So throughout the season and past season, there's always been this concern, this worry of the shortage of officials out there. And there's many reasons that attribute to this. There's been talk about engagement, the pay, dealing with fans, dealing with coaches, and all that good stuff. We point to all these things, but the main reason why we have a shortage of officials is not getting addressed. So as the years pass, there's been games that had to be rescheduled. There's been games where they had to be canceled, or instead of having 3 referees ref a game, we got to go to 2, or sometimes instead of having 2 referees, there's only 1 referee. There's been a couple of times this season where I had to ref basketball games by myself because there was a shortage of officials. So what's going to happen, instead of having 3 to 2 and then 2 to 1, there's going to be 1 to 0. And it's real unfortunate because it's an opportunity for somebody to be making money to improve their life and to achieve their goals. And if somebody could be getting paid X amount of dollars and nobody's getting paid that money, then it's really a missed opportunity for our community to improve. And it's about time that somebody stepped in and tried to solve this problem, not on the local level, not on the state level, but on the national level, because this issue is happening all over the country. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to share a couple of articles addressing the problem. So let me go here. So this one right here says there's a shortage of officials and it's our fault. It's important to know whose fault it is. Are they talking about coaches, players, the officials? Whose fault is it? So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to read the article to you guys. I recently read an article that the Texas High School Coaches Association sent out their weekly email. It was regarding the lack of officials in the Lone Star State, specifically the Dallas Football Officials Association. It's down about 75 referees, with the Fort Worth officials group is down about 125. This referee shortage has affected my state, California, for 7 years now. Hey, I'm from California. Tailor-made, we call Oakland, California our home. So I'm going to keep reading. In fact, I've had lower levels game changed just a day or two before they were scheduled on a few different occasions because of a lack of available officials. Sounds interesting. I just talked about that. The reason officials have said the environment is getting increasingly hostile. Who is to blame? Us coaches. We are to blame. I believe the shortage of football officials lies squarely on the shoulders as the torchbearers of this great game. I started asking officials a few years ago if things were really worse than before or if it was just a rumor. Are we really worse now than 10 years ago? I asked a 20-year official. He responds, "Oh yeah, way worse." He went on to tell me that 10 or 15 years ago, he would hear from the head coach if there was an issue. Not everyone on the sidelines feels entitled to get after them. It's difficult when you know you've blown a call or your partner has blown a call. He said, "We are human, it's going to happen." In the past, we would come to the sideline and get an earful from the head coach. Now we get it from everywhere. Coaches, we have to change this. We have got to take the bull by the horns for the sake of the game, for the sake of sportsmanship, and for the sake of teaching our young men how to respect authority. One voice. I spent 8 years as a head coach, my posse was assistant, never spoke to the officials. This was a non-negotiable for me. If you have an issue, bring it to me. This was wise advice from a mentor of mine when I became a head coach. Don't let your assistants talk to the officials or they will blow it for you. I reffed a couple of games where the assistant coach, they crossed the line and they got penalized, but sometimes end up hurting the team. But I'll keep reading the article. If the officials know that you respect their job and speak to them with just one voice from the sidelines, you are going to help the official do their job. In turn, you're going to build a great reputation as a coach. So it goes over things like keep the sidelines clear, teach the kids respects, and all that good stuff. So one of the things I heard is that we're always looking to blame the coaches, the fans. No, there's a lack of school administration at the school and dealing with the fans or players or a coach, and it gets real hectic, it gets real chaotic, whether it be on the football field or in the gyms. And people say that is a reason that there's a shortage of officials, but that may be true. The number one reason, I'm going to tell you guys, the number one reason why there is a shortage of officials, it's us. So before I explain to you why it's us, I want to take all the officials around the world. I want you guys to come with me. I want to take you to this magical land. If you could just follow me upstairs, just follow me upstairs. I'm gonna open up the door and I'm gonna take you to this special spot. And this special place is called, I want to welcome you guys. Welcome to the land of unicorns and rainbows, where all your dreams come true, where pure happiness exists, a land in which cupcakes don't have to face their fears and adversity. The land of unicorns and rainbows is a land in which you will never be held accountable for your shortcomings, where Katy Perry songs are on repeat and the clouds are made of cane, sugar, and cotton candy. We hope you enjoy your time in this magical land where the possibilities are endless. Now, I know you guys are sitting at home and saying, well, what are you talking about? Unicorns and rainbows? What's all this with the rainbows and the picture behind? What are you getting at? What I'm getting at is, as officials, we could blame the coaches, or we could blame the fans, we could blame whatever. But at the end of the day, we as officials have to look in the mirror. If we are gatekeepers of this game, then we got to do our job. And when I'm talking about doing our job, we got to get out in these streets and recruit. Not to disrespect any association, any league administrator, assigners, league managers, or anything like that. But there's been a lack in involvement in engaging the community. And we've been passing this problem on to so many factors, but nobody has really stepped in to solve this problem. Now think about it. Let's say if the NBA had a shortage of players. If I told you the NBA had a hard time getting people to enter the NBA draft, getting a hard time to find people to sign contracts for $100 million, that sounds crazy, right? That's because the NBA has taken the time and built itself from a small, real small business to a billion-dollar entity. Why can't that happen with High School Officials Association? The reason why that's not happening is because nobody's putting in the effort to see that happen. Think about it. If you own the company and you needed to ship out products to your customers, but you didn't have the workforce to do it, are you just going to say, well, I don't have the workforce, so all these orders that I'm supposed to send out, I'm just not going to send them, and then what's going to happen is your business is going to go down the toilet? Or are you going to go out and actively find people to work for your company? Then when you get people to work for your company, what are you going to give them to keep them in your company? Then once you got them, they stay in your company, what are you going to give them to help them grow and maybe build another company somewhere else and expand? It's the same thing with officiating, but that hasn't been happening. So here at Tailor Made, we are looking to not only get people involved in officiating, but we want to expand officiating vastly. I'm talking about getting people involved in media. We're talking about making movies, documentaries, interviews, all of the whole nine. And of course, if we could do all this with the support of the people, because we need the support of the people, but to get the people to support us, we have to give them something worthwhile to support. And that's what it's all about. And if we could do that, I guarantee you we could fix this issue of shortage of officials. It's not because officials are getting old, the coaches, the pay, it's none of that. We have to roll up our sleeves and put in the work. So here at Tailor Made, throughout the season, we've been finding new officials to recruit. We got some high school students that's just starting out officiating. So in our description, you'll be able to see the links. Check out our Facebook page. You can see us training them. You can see them working on games. If you check our training channel, because we have 2 YouTube channels. We have a training channel and a podcast channel, where the training channel is geared strictly to training officials, whether they're new, seasoned, or veterans. It's all about making each official better. Then our second YouTube page is used to talk about certain topics, issues. It'll be used to post movies, documentaries, all that whole nine. We're working on all that right now, but it takes time, and we also need the support of the people. So since I'm talking about support of the people, the ways you can support us: 1, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, interact, put something in the comment section. I will respond to the comment section. So it's all about being engaged. If we can engage, we could give more to new coming officials, and we could give more to ourselves, but we have to roll up the sleeves and do the hard work. That's the #1 problem. Accountability, discipline. Gotta put the hard work. You gotta do what the rich people do to become rich if you want to be rich. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to close out this podcast for now. So before I close out, be sure you subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you for all the support. I want to thank you for all the people who've donated money, donated time, volunteered, coming out trains, helping the young officials learn. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I truly believe we could improve officiating at the high school level, at the youth level. And if we do that and we lead by example, we can have a major impact on our community. So it's me, your boy, Mr. Smooth, the livest one, the smoothest one, the target destroyer. Peace.